Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ohayo gozaimasu. I was the head of the labor office in our embassy in Tokyo for 5 years, and I have traveled as part of my jurisdiction the entire breadth and width of Japan, and this is a bit of a sentimental visit for me as well. But I'm really wondering why I'm speaking here, except that I feel privileged that the chancellor of the UP Open University, it's one of 9 autonomous units under the University of the Philippines system, has invited me here, and I am happy to oblige. I'm the first president of the University of the Philippines who put digital transformation as a central priority, and I have been supporting digital transformation as the longest member right now of the Board of Regents of the National University. So thank you very much for inviting me here, and I feel privileged as well. Let me just start with a little broad background from a non-technologist. We inhabit a planet driven by technology. It's banal. Largely along the global highways of the internet, towards a horizon that seems constantly changing. It used to be, in the not-too-distant past, that horizon was bright and hopeful as the world emerged from a catastrophic war, mindful of the need for peace and progress to prevent another cataclysm. We look at technology as a means to improve human life, to find new cures for all diseases, better ways of growing food, more livable homes and cities. It even got us to the moon and back, and even to Mars. But today, that horizon has dimmed, if not darkened, under the shadows of war, pestilence, and famine. The internet, which was supposed to make humans communicate more easily, has not prevented many parts of the world from being balkanized into smaller communities that refuse to engage with each other civilly. The promise of artificial intelligence is turning for some, perhaps many, into an existential threat to humanity. Many people feel betrayed by the same technology that we created. But our presence here today reminds us that for as long as you and I here, can speak to one another, we can yet reassert our control over our future and employ technology so that it serves humanity and not the other way around. For that to happen, we will need to think and work together to uphold the human element and human values in all of our endeavors. Your chosen theme for the second World Immersive Learning Labs Symposium, or WILLs, affirms the need to bring us closer through technology. I also see it as a call to utilize available tools for a more dynamic and efficient delivery of educational needs, regardless of linguistic, geographic, or cultural barriers. There is no better time than today to explore and address the challenges posed by your theme, Connected Realities, Bridging Cultures and Disciplines through Immersive Learning. The recent pandemic reminds us of our common humanity and the critical need for us to help one another. Faced with a crisis as globally disruptive as the COVID pandemic, we tried to find new ways to meet the challenges. That was when the internet, or to call it in its new iteration, the metaverse, seeped into our daily lives, redefining leisure, work, education, and communications, among others. At first, we may have had doubts and misgivings, but we quickly realized that how much was possible with technology in the field of education, at least we do in the University of the Philippines. And now we continue to harness the potential of the metaverse on online teaching and learning. As anyone standing on the cusp of major changes in the educational approach, I am honored and excited to be here. This event is born from the fruitful partnership of the University of the Philippines, Open University, through the Immersive Open Pedagogies, or IOP program, the Tokyo University of Foreign Studies, thank you, or TOPS, through the Trans-Pacific Bridge program, and the Mixed Augmented and Virtual Realities in Learning Special Interest Group, or MAVR-SIG. That's quite long, Mr. Hawkinson, but I'll manage. Thank you all who made this symposium possible. Thank you especially to Chancellor Mandalaria, Dr. Robert Figueroa. I just actually met him today. You see, we have 20,000 and 80,000, 60,000 students, 20,000 staff at the university. I think 10,000 are professors. Eric Hawkinson and the presenters today, tomorrow, and the next day for this event. I'd like to acknowledge as well the presence of my colleague, the president of the Technological University of the Philippines, who is with us today. He's more of a techie than I am. I'm just a lawyer. When I assumed the presidency of our national university last year, just last year, I'm actually still a newbie. I have 5 years more to do damage. I saw the need to strengthen our distance learning component. I knew that borderless education was the key to a more democratic, inclusive, and timely means to eradicate learning poverty in the Philippines. During my turnover ceremony last year, February, I underscored the need for UP, the University of the Philippines, to be in tune with the times while remaining rooted in our tradition of honor and excellence in the service of the nation. In fact, I entitled my turnover speech, Honor and Excellence in a Digital National University. I believe I'm the first UP president for 116 years to do so, to include a digital national university concept. To highlight this need, I ask everyone to journey together towards transforming the University of the Philippines into a learner-centered digital university. The initial move would be digital transformation, or DX, as we say it. In the UP context, this means, number one, differentiated and personalized learning to match each learner's ability. Number two, creating digital resources to engage students and help them realize their goals. Number three, global and remote learning for education accessibility anywhere in the world, because I aim to reach 10 million Filipinos in the great Filipino diaspora. They're all over the world today, including about 300,000 in Japan. And this was my former area of responsibility. Number four, administrative efficiencies through the use of data science in decision making. And so we made digital transformation one of the 10 flagship programs of my administration. Under this program, we are engaging in partnerships with like-minded educational institutions, private and government organizations, locally and at the international level. Borderless education, as we coin it, has given way to borderless collaboration, which lead us here today. Allow me to share with you our university's flagship program related to this symposium. In line with immersive learning, we have our archipelagic and oceanic virtual university. This is my initiative. It has already been approved by the Board of Regents. It is a virtual university. It is the hub for all data, research, and programs for all known aspects of our archipelagic environment. The Philippines is one of 5 countries recognized under the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea as an archipelagic state. This includes cultural, economic, geopolitical, marine resources, and their developmental implications for our nation and people. We aim to be an environmentally sustainable archipelagic nation by harnessing our blue economy through the AOVU, as we call it. We have a tool to promote a firmer grasp of regional identity, which will serve as a stronger foundation for nationhood. In the long run, we hope it can build a new leadership mindset sensitive to our inherent archipelagic nature as a people. The main challenge here is to make the AOVU more user-friendly to boost engagement. Perhaps we can pick up a lot of ideas in the next 3 days. And although I'll be leaving tomorrow, I'll be leaving people who know more about these things to stay with you and then just explain it to me the way you would explain to a 5-year-old. Let me add here that we are ahead in AR since we have the entire Philippine map in high resolution, light detection and ranging, or LiDAR, and interferometric synthetic aperture radar, or IPSAR. I'm really mouthing these words. Accessible to our website, which is, you can just phrase Project NOAA UP. That's one of my babies when I was a regent. Now it's as a full-blown program. We also have hazard maps and building footprints of the entire country. And these are displayed in high resolution and in 3D. This is really a favorite project of mine because we are climate challenge. These are helpful for immersive learning in determining the hazards and threats in a micro level. Because of our experience, Murdoch University in Australia, just 2 weeks ago when I was there, has expressed its willingness to work with us in the field of biosecurity, and we look forward to engaging with them in the near future. And one of the surprising things about Murdoch is they signed the agreement with the President of the Philippines, who happened to be in Australia. We were in the same place together. They didn't sign an agreement with the university. They signed an agreement with the President of the Republic of the Philippines, and I was only informed later on. I was trying to be funny. But it's true. They were in Melbourne. I was in Perth for International Labour Conference, and I get a call from Murdoch. Sir, we just signed with your president. What about the president? That we will be entering into an agreement. I told him that we are independent. Through our open distance e-learning, or ODEL, for national and global reach, UP is maximizing learner-centered and publicly accessible educational programs such as those suited for our overseas Filipino workers. Over 10 million in all. For this year, we have opened our massive open online courses with 24 diverse courses designed to build credentials and enhance expertise across different fields, including business analytics, gender sensitivity, very important in the Philippines now, multimedia production, open and distance e-learning, learning through technologies, and entrepreneurship. The best part about our MOOCs is that we offer them for free, in line with our commitment and mandate to expand and improve our open university courses to accommodate more students in search of an alternative education, alternative to traditional education. At present, the UPOU, and a lot of their movers and shakers are in the back row right now, has around 5,200 students, both graduate and undergraduate. Too small for me. I hope to quadruple or quintuple that. This borderless education, I was targeting actually 1 million through online. This borderless education has gone international with students coming from 37 countries in addition to the Philippines. During academic year 2022 to 2023, the UPOU has over 400 international students, 78 students from the United States, which is our former colony. Please. And the United Arab Emirates. 46 students from Japan and 45 students from Singapore. The diversity of cultures and disciplines are integral to the work and vision of an open university. These are factors that must be carefully understood, considered within the new dynamics demanded by this educational approach. Simulated realities via virtual, augmented, or mixed, and what you controversially mentioned, extended reality methods can make for a smoother, if not faster, ride in this new extension of a well-traveled, now at least, cyber highway. Last December, UPOU formulated a plan to promote its services through accreditation as an entity tied up with the ASEAN, or the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, of which the Philippines was a founding member. With this move, we hope to boost UPOU's reach, especially among our ASEAN neighbors. They may want to partake of the Open University experience, in particular, as part of our ASEAN Studies graduate program at the University of the Philippines. We aim to bolster UPOU in key embassies, including those Philippine embassies, including those in Japan, Thailand, Singapore, France, Germany, Belgium, Canada, and the US. And this is really up my alley, having been in charge of international operations of the Overseas Workers Welfare Office, or Assistant Secretary at the Department of Labor in my previous life. The focus will be on micro-credentials, tailored to meet the demands and needs of various industries. Of the 10 million Filipinos abroad, 3 to 3.5 would be contract workers, and many of them are in lower skills category. And the plan to open for this is really to move millions from lower paying jobs to higher paying jobs through micro-credentials, from higher risk jobs to lower risk jobs, and to improve remittances, which countries like the Philippines with a large population abroad is too heavily reliant on. I'm talking about remittance. 34 billion last year, 2 years ago. This is where immersive technology will be used to boost training through virtual, automated, mixed, or extended reality. I am confident that the immersive education resources will follow as long as you who are at the forefront of this new approach remain consistent in your efforts to do research, to innovate, and to improve upon what we have today. For our part, the University of the Philippines has been developing learning materials and doing research on immersive technologies through its Center for Open and Digital Teaching and Learning, which was established just last year. Our IOP program enhances the impact of immersive technologies and open pedagogies through organized activities and partnerships. Later on, we can look at some of the works of IOP the IOP has undertaken. Its progress in terms of collaboration has been decidedly phenomenal. Upon approval, UPOU's IOP program took part in the first hybrid symposium, which was the Future Hub Forum held at the Kyoto University of Foreign Studies. The goal of the symposium, as many of you know here, was to form a community of practice, or COP, for designing and running immersive learning laboratories and projects. Since then, the IOP expanded its connection through more partnerships with the University of Plymouth in England, University of Dundee, the University of Glasgow, Scotland. If somebody's here. Thank you, sir. This recent collaboration brought us to new heights of immersive learning experience. We needed to expand our resources in terms of physical space. And so we tapped our government, the Philippine government, through the Department of Science and Technology, and asked for funds to build UPOU's Immersive Science Communications Open Lab. We will get it. I will make sure we will get it. The secretary of this particular department comes from our university. And I chat with him on many other topics except about education. He's a very enthusiastic supporter. The project is set to start between the late 2024 and early 2025. This laboratory is crucial in enhancing the experience of students engaged in border-study education. May I ask the Chancellor to please remind me of my promise this morning? Yes. The IOP has tirelessly engaged in partnerships and collaborative endeavors with MAVR and KUFS. It was responsible in introducing metaverse-based collaborative online international learning, or COIL, as was explained earlier, with our Japanese partners such as the TOFs, the Toyo University, Waseda University, International Christian University, and the Aoyama Gakuin University. When I was a diplomat here at the Philippine Embassy, there was a very nice Filipiniana dance troupe here organized by Japanese students in the TOFs, and they would tour the Philippines, and I was wondering, some of them are still here. This, in turn, further enriches this course where the root of major changes thrives. Recently, we have been fortunate enough to invite researchers from the Tokyo Institute of Technology and the California Polytechnic State University. The COIL initiatives kick off here at the TOPS last November 8, 2023, and you know that better than myself, led by Dr. Gibran Garcia Mendoza. Is he here? I love your names, Khalil Gibran, one of my favorite poets. I visited his home in Lebanon. It enabled students from UPOU to interact seamlessly with TUFS students through the platforms like Frame VR and Discord. Staff from UPOU, CODTL also participated as observers. The same workshop was done at Aoyama Gakuin University as well. If the use of COIL can be replicated and used in collaboration with other schools in other countries, I would like you to imagine how much more teachers and learners can gain from this exercise. The best part is that cultural differences and the multiplicity of disciplines are factors normalized under these conditions, and I hope our social scientists will not dispute that. Instead of hurdles, these become tools in crafting ideas or physical products. This form of synergy, I believe, will shape our future. We want to apply it at the University of the Philippines and share with other Philippine schools, state universities, and colleges breakthroughs in this technological arena. Part of the reason why I accepted to come here. I have heard about using immersive learning in the social sciences as well. I saw the video of Professor Hawkinson, sir. Demonstrating the Model United Nations simulation, which utilizes overlapping virtual and physical spaces. I sincerely wish we can have this simulation and the like for the University of the Philippines, and you are very much welcome to go there anytime, sir, and please let me know so I can at least extend to you a few elements of our good offices and the Philippine hospitality. This will enable us to open more doors for an alternative milieu to exercise critical thinking, It is an effective way to explore the possible and the probable without having a ripple for future damages. This approach will immensely help in shaping more coherent, inclusive, and sustainable laws and policies in the future. These synergistic exercises also present the strengths and weaknesses of a method, system, or technology as observed in real time. As educators, we have a front seat and can immediately see where improvement is needed. So we conduct research and collaborate some more until the ideal outcome is achieved. The irony, as most of you realize, and most of us know, is that it is always a moving target, pushed along by fast-paced technological changes. The pursuit of improvement becomes a Sisyphean process, and yet we trudge on. For us at UP, we remain bent on fulfilling our vision of a national university dedicated to the formation of good citizens and leaders. 13 of the 17 presidents of the country came from our school. Engage in knowledge co-creation towards a just, equitable, and sustainable society. And now look at what happened to our country. As we move towards immersive technologies, inclusivity means that those with limited access to high-end devices are not left behind. We plan to achieve just through scalable and accessible solutions. I never flatter our constituency. The Philippines is among the most unequal country in the world today, with a very small group, very elite, and the rest not taking part in many of the opportunities available to the country. And yet our university has produced most of all kinds of leaders, from politics to science, the arts. So we do have a great moral burden to prove that the Filipino people was not wasting their investment in setting up our national university. And this leads us back to our need for digital transformation. In support of this transformation are key projects that would clear the way for a more efficient and effective digitized learning environment, and I'm already sharing with you what we intend to do. Our first key project in support of our digital transformation flagship program is the Center for Intelligent Systems, or CIS, which we formed just last year, or in the middle of my first year. This is UP's research arm spearheading transdisciplinary inquiries into data science, complexity, and artificial intelligence. Consider it a melting pot or a crucible for transformative ideas and interdisciplinary collaborations. By convening experts from diverse fields, our CIS is now fostering synergistic partnerships aimed at unraveling the complexities of contemporary societal changes. Or so I hope. Through its emphasis on transdisciplinary research, CIS transcends conventional disciplinary boundaries and encourages scholars to explore novel intersections and forge much-needed innovative solutions. If we apply AR or VR here, more possibilities can be explored and solutions to the problem can be reached faster. Our next key project is triple advocating, which is a holistic approach to digital transformation. This encompasses three core pillars. Number one, digital transformation, process, and systems re-engineering. Number two, data analytics. Number three, connectivity and infrastructure. We are so serious about this that when I chose the Vice President for Legal Affairs, I chose someone who is an electrical engineer as well as a legal scholar in the Philippines today. He is present with us, Vice President and Professor Abraham Acosta. I didn't know he was an engineer when I picked him as a lawyer because I picked him for his legal scholarships. I have a bonus. At the heart of threefold advocating is the imperative to reimagine processes and systems for the digital age. By leveraging cutting-edge technologies and best practices, UP hopes to streamline workflows, optimize resource allocation, and enhance organizational efficiency, which is a very strange thing to hear from from a government office in the Philippines. Organizational efficiencies. We are not subject to the harsh discipline of the market, but I try. Through process re-engineering initiatives, the university aims to eliminate bottlenecks, reduce redundancies, and foster a culture of continuous improvement, as what you call in Japan your Kaizen. Data analytics emerges as a powerful tool for informed decision-making and strategic planning. By harnessing the vast troves of data generated by digital systems and platforms, UP gains actionable insights into student performance, institutional operations, and emerging trends. Armed with this knowledge, university administrators can make evidence-based decisions, identify areas for improvement, and drive organizational change. Then we have connectivity and infrastructure. Without this, digital transformation across the university ecosystem becomes impossible, simply. Through investment in robust networks, infrastructure, cloud computing, resources, and cybersecurity protocols, we are laying the groundwork for a resilient and secure digital infrastructure. By ensuring seamless connectivity and data accessibility, the university seeks to empower our faculty, students, and staff to collaborate effectively, innovate freely, and leverage digital technologies to their fullest potential. That at least is the dream. In our endeavors, UP is also making sure that our advances in technology do not deepen, and this is very important for us, the digital divide in our country. Our initiatives in this respect include the projected installation of satellite disk in the most inaccessible learning communities in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or the BARM. The BARM is the poorest region in the country today, and it is stripe-torn. It has never known peace for as long it was created by creation. But now we see a window, and I am always there to show that the National University is willing to go to the farthest expanse of our republic to show our commitment to our people. And we are using Elon Musk Starlinks in those remote areas. And we will be using more. We intend to collaborate with other state universities and colleges and deploy our volunteer corps, we call Pahinungod, teaching volunteers to address this problem at the K-12 level, or the senior high school. Our third key project for digital transformation is the UP Data Commons, and this is where I'm most proud of, because this is my baby when I was a member of the Finance Committee of the Board of Regents almost 8 years ago. I championed this, and it's now a going concern. This is the hub and pillar of democratized digital education in the Philippines. It is a digital ecosystem for computational resources, data storage, and collaborative research endeavors, and I expect you, sir, to be a part of our open data systems. We will be meeting a lot of corporate resistance, but we will fight. Thank you very much. See that? I just talked here and somebody brought an MOU. I will sign it anytime you want. It is our modern-day digital equivalent of the ancient Library of Alexandria or the Library of Congress. The UP Data Commons fosters a culture of open collaboration within the UP system and other state universities and colleges, and include all universities in the Philippines as per the legal mandate of the University of the Philippines. Whether analyzing large data sets, running complex simulations, or developing machine learning algorithms, researchers across disciplines can leverage the UP Data Commons resources to accelerate the research endeavors and unlock new insight, at least our scientists promised me when they made me support fund allocation. Through collaborative partnerships with academic institutions, government agencies, and industry stakeholders, the UP Data Commons catalyzes cross-disciplinary inquiry and advances solutions to pressing societal challenges as presented to me by our scientists. I know you can already see where technology can come in to boost and optimize immersive learning or to make better what we can offer as an educational institution. I realize that we have already taken the first steps in complying with the demands of this new kind of learning. From where I stand today, I have a rough idea of where we are heading. In this field, we deal with endless possibilities. Here, I have examples of what we have developed in the field of VR, virtual reality. We have two versions of the UP OU virtual tour that you might want to check out. Then we have the Philippine tours, which showcases some of our country's tourist spots. And I don't know whether Professor Hawkinson have something to do with that, though. Not the tourist spots, the virtual tour. Our tourist spots cannot ever be matched by virtual tours. They're simply as close to heaven as you can imagine. We have the forestry ecosystem services. So you can visit the fabled Mount Makiling in Los Baños, Laguna, where the mythical god of the forest protects our school as well, Maria Makiling, where the main physical office of our Open University is located. Or you might want to see the garden put up by the Faculty of Management and Development Studies through our Perma Garden Tour. Then finally, we have the Wika or Language One virtual tour, which takes you up north in the Philippines, almost within 12 miles of Taiwan, hopefully out of harm's way. The last 4 projects were done in collaboration with Mr. Hiroshi Taniguchi. Domo arigato, Taniguchi-san is here. Okay. I know that it takes time to develop these projects. We all depend on each other, which is why I call upon everyone to collaborate and share ideas so we can continue to navigate this evolving educational landscape together. The World Immersive Learning Labs Symposium is just on its 2nd year, I understand. With the speed of technological change, and add to that the changes in human thinking due to technology, we might be surprised at how much change we could scale in a year. And I am very optimistic about that, Professor Hawkinson. Until then, we wait and work with what we have in front of us. To everyone, may this symposium foster a fruitful and significant changes in the actual world in real time. I know I have made an extended message, but this is the price for inviting me. But I really enjoy this stay, and I will remain a champion of what you're doing as far as the Philippines is concerned. And right now, sir, we're going to bid for that hosting of what you just mentioned, or any activity you can imagine, for all of you in the Philippines. And thank you very much for your patience, tolerance, and benign acceptance of such a long-winded message to all of you here. Domo arigato gozaimashita.